Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI Live Noding. So this is going to be the continuation from previous live noding video where I was talking about the golf ball tessellations. So the idea is really to turn any mesh, triangulated mesh, which is subdivided to get into like a hexagonal kind of tessellations. So I have some of the example here. Like this grid originally it's just a normal grid, and I tessellated I tessellated using the decimate, so we have all triangulated mesh, and then I subdivided, and of course triangulation subdivided is gonna be we will get some hexagon, but we also have some other non-hexagonal shapes. There's more than 6 number of polygon edges. This is a cube. See, originally it's just a cube, and then I subdivide it once, and then I use a triangulate, and then subdivisions, and then I'm using my kind of procedure recipe to get to this shape. So this is I found that it's not 100% perfect, but it can do decent job, and it works sometimes. It depends. Sometimes you get like a weird result as well. With the like a grid like this is okay. It's pretty simple. It just worked right away. Like things with a like icosphere also will work fine. I just need to subdivide it once, and then I just need to load it into the Sverchok setup, and then just let it calculate. It seems to fail. I know why. This should be like that, and I need to perhaps to adjust this number. So that's the number related to the KD3 to find the closest vertices to the original points. So we have this shape, and then I can just bake this. Remember that you get this keys if you look at my previous live noding video and just copy paste into Sverchok and just import it into this guy, SV import export. This will take the GIS ID, and then you just import it, and you get the whole node tree for you. You just need to make sure you input the right thing. Okay, you need to watch the previous live noding to understand what's going on. Okay, so this is fine. So that's the icosphere. This is actually a cube that's been triangulated and subdivided. So we get interesting shape of objects that you can probably print out. If you wanna like, you can like turn this into mesh in a clean way. I think skin modifier is quite decent. It will do the job quite nicely. Like, you just need to adjust the skin, and you get this shape, right? Same with this guy. Skin modifier, or if you want, you can convert this to curve. Oops, convert to curve, and then with curve, you can control the extrusion and the depth, and you get it's cleaner using skin modifier, of course. You can just also smooth this guy, if I'm not wrong. Just apply the smoothing and then subdivisions, and you get this beautiful looking geometry. Yeah, if you print it out, it becomes this kind of like a ball. It's like that you can squash. Very beautiful geometry. Here it's a little bit meshy. It's made of curve, of course, but yeah, it's still interesting looking shapes. Okay, so how did if you wanna try something like this, you can try it using let's say if you have like a font, or maybe Suzanne head actually will work. I found it with Suzanne head, it gets complicated at some point. it's easier if we do it different way. So I'll show it to you what's going on. So let's say we want to use Suzanne head. I don't want to deal with the eyeballs. I'm just gonna separate the eyeballs because you know Suzanne is made of 3 parts: eyeballs and the head. I just want to use the head. File, save as Suzanne hexagonal. Okay, and select this head. Okay, I'll explain the procedure once again. So basically, normally you have a shape of objects, right? Like normally it's nice if it's quads. Okay, and in order to make this works with my procedure made in Sverchok, you need to triangulate this guy. Now it's triangulated, you see, before, after, and then you subdivide it. By doing that, you have this hexagonal tessellations, and the idea is I'm using Sverchok to select the previous points, the original points before I subdivide it, and then just delete that. Okay, so save that, or save again. Now, like I said, we need to grab the nodes tree. You can grab it from Gist. Just import it. I have it here on my desktop. Okay, so we have this guy. Oh, I forgot something. We probably need to clean up this guy a little bit. So we need to, I believe I forgot to put delete loose. So these should go in there, and this go in there. This is gonna clean up stray vertices. Okay, so back to the monkey head. Just get the selection, get selections, and this guy. So hopefully it works, but apparently no. See, you get this mesh. If you have the right number here, I believe it will actually work. But although it's kind of difficult sometimes to get the right number, so that's kind of work. Okay, and I believe I can bake it. So the number is the tricky bits. I'm glad that this actually it's actually working now. Yeah, that's interesting that it works. So you need to make sure you get the right number here. Very important. Another way to set this up is if we forget all this complex setup. It's not so complex. Okay, what's happening is get the previous points and then find the closest points to the current mesh, and once it found the points, just compare, just do kind of like list checking, and then do the list masking and mask the vertices from the original mesh, which is this guy before it's being tessellated. You can do it in a simpler way, kind of like a quick hack. It's like this, okay? It's like I showed it in a previous live noding, but maybe I didn't explain it properly. So we have this, okay? Just the vertices of this subdivided mesh, triangulate, subdivided, so it has this hexagonal tessellations. So we just need to use list slice on the edges. This is the quick hack if you want to do it, which is I found it quite nice that this actually worked. Adjust the level and then start. start doing the slicing. Okay, it's actually working. Just the points kind of annoying. Okay. With this, let's make it pink so it's really clear what's going on. So what's going on here, we are taking all the points, but we're gonna do slicings on the edges of the edges indices. And apparently we can do that because of this blender modifier. The way it works, it's kind of adding the indices. So you have the original Suzanne before the triangulations and tessellations, and you have the one after tessellations. What you want, so here we are keeping all the points, but we are just slicing the edges. So now you start to see this kind of growing beautiful pattern. If we keep going, of course we're gonna get we're gonna get something like this Suzanne, but we're actually slicing it so until the part where we start to see the polygon, and then we stop. See the polygon there? Yeah, we don't want that polygon. So let's have a look. See, the polygons start to draw, and then there you go. That's where we're gonna stop. So we have the similar idea here. What you need to do here, just I believe you can bake it here, but this is very currently it's very bad. It's all the edges probably separated. No, it's actually pretty good. I was wrong. It's actually a done. This one and this one are similar. And with this, of course, you can convert to curve, and then you can do the extrude depth, and you get this thick, kind of thickness, which is quite nice. But of course, you can also select this guy, goes inside, and then fill hole, and increase this, and then you get Suzanne. That's hexagonal. I found it's quite beautiful as well. The tessellation, there's something about hexagonal tessellations. I think if you print it out, it looks quite unique, like a crystal like hives. That will look cool if you use the normal. So that's with Suzanne head. Actually, I'm just gonna take a snapshot of this for this video thumbnail. Let's make this white. Actually, let's do one more wireframe. Turn off even thickness, and you get this really nice snapshot. Alright, let's delete all this, start from nothing, and start with, let's use text. Okay, RX minus 90, RX minus 180. Okay, our text, and let's not scale it back to 111, and then scale the text from here. Let's do something here. This is, let's call it hex for hexagon. Let's use the default Blender text and then work with it. File save as. I'm gonna do the usual thing, kind of some remesh. Smooth it. So we have this shape. Okay, this is just like a quad looking text. I'll do a duplicate here, and then I'll do the triangular tessellations and subdivisions. Now we have this more complex shapes. Now what I'm gonna do is just to get the original here, get selection, enable pods, and then get this guy, get selection, and hopefully we get the result, the hexagonal thing, which is we're gonna do. We're gonna get the result right away with this slicing hack, but you're gonna just need to adjust this number. You can do it this way if you. I found it to be quite interesting as well. Just stop when it starts to create a quad. Yeah, see, that's pretty good. Fake, and you get something quite nice. And we can go to edit mode and then fill holes. This is looking nice. Yeah, looks very alien. The normal must be being flipped there. Normal, make normal consistent. Let's see if we have option here. Normal, normalize, smooth vertices, randomize. Well, that's quite nice looking. It's like a crumpled kind of like text. Yeah, but yeah, this is a lot of interesting things because of the tessellations. And if I'm not wrong, there is a software called Rhinos with a Grasshopper plugins. Grasshopper is like the father, the big brother of Sverchok. Sverchok is an add-on, as you know already. Sverchok is an add-on for Blender, and it's kind of being developed over time. But with a software like Grasshopper, you can do quite complex parametric generative tessellations. They like to deal with tessellations. I think the Grasshopper, people who use Grasshopper and Rhino, it can get really technical, I found. So let's triangulate this guy. See, if I triangulate it, it looks like a crumpled. I don't know, I think I found it quite nice, and you can wireframe it. Turn off thickness if you ever find this, you get a spike. Yeah. Anyhow, that's pretty much it for this live noding. Probably more interesting than previous live noding. But if you want to know the details about how this actually works, in previous live noding I tried to explain it. In this one I just put it into applications. So yeah, give it a try. Let me know if you have any question, feedbacks. I guess yeah, that's pretty much it for this hexagonal tessellation.